My name's Mina Patel. I am Head of Research for our Future of English programme, which is a new research programme looking into the role, status and uses of English language around the world. Future of English sits within British Council English Language Research, which is a group of different expertise within the British Council that looks into research around assessment. So we have our assessment research group, we have our teaching and learning research group, and we also have research engagement and dissemination to help us disseminate that research to different stakeholders. Our research tells us that at the British Council, English medium education, as we call it, is on the rise globally in many, many regions. And partly this is because many stakeholders, governments, parents, even learners themselves see the importance of learning through English in order to improve their prospects for education and employment in the future. And it has huge benefits if planned and implemented carefully and cautiously. And there are a number of factors to take into account. So one of the factors is having appropriate materials. The other factor is teacher training. The other factor, and this is a factor that is often forgotten about, is the time it will take students and teachers to get used to learning through English. So one key takeaway about English for employability is that employers are an incredibly important stakeholder, and they have a say because they're the ones that are recruiting, and they're the ones that they know what language proficiency, what skills their employees need, and their voices are growing louder. Even in the last 5 years, the employment arena has changed so much. We have workforces that are now dispersed. They work remotely, they're multicultural, they're multilinguistic. They need to be adaptable. They need to be able to work both hybrid and in person. And employers are looking for all of that. The other takeaway from our research was that whereas maybe 10 years ago, when we talked about English for employment, we were talking about professionals, doctors, nurses, lawyers, accountants. But now English is important for all levels. Migration for employment is massive at the moment. And so English is really, really important for anybody who is looking for work, not only in a multinational company, not only if they're going overseas to work, but actually even if they're staying in their own country. And I think the third takeaway for me, and this is really, really important, is that what does it mean for schools and school curricula? At the moment, employers are saying, well, employees are not coming ready to start work, not only language-wise, but skills-wise. And this has to feed back. We have vocational programs, we have higher education focusing on employment skills, but we need to start earlier. Schools need to start preparing young people for work at an earlier age, and this means things like project-based learning. This means problem solving, and not just piecemeal. This means building it into the curriculum and really practicing those skills that young people will need when they start work.